Good morning friends, I'm Dr. Benjamin, and today morning I'm posting this video in my personal Facebook wall to share a very confusing and rather irritating personal feeling to every single person, every single doctor, every single medico, and every single PG aspirant out there as my friends and connections. See guys, today morning I woke up into my day. As usual, I took my phone, saw my Facebook wall, and I usually check one of the first things I do is to see my Facebook wall to get the news around me. And one of the first posts that caught my attention today was a very sad news of a doctor who's a PG aspirant committing suicide. On top of this, last 1 week I was feeling a little confused about some of the things that I've been hearing from my students, from people who have been calling me over the last 1 week and asking me different questions. Like one of the most challenging question to explain every single aspirant who called me was the question, sir, whether ND is equal to DNB or not. And whenever I say that to a student that for that doctor, like I say X, it is okay to have a DNB degree and it is perfectly fine to have a DNB degree if you're taking it out of your passion for that subject and not out of compromise. See, I don't know who created, of course, maybe the term DNB, Diploma of National Board, that diploma word may be causing confusion for a lot of guys. But then I as a doctor who's now pursuing my MD degree and seeing people around me and actually seeing the subject, I'm trying to share something that I always felt from the people around me. Okay, see, I'm working in Jipmer and I have seen people who are taking MCH neurosurgery. I'm people seeing MCH CVTS and number of other courses, DM courses, who have finished DNB and have come here, and I have found them much better, or even at least equivalent to a lot of awesome people, awesome doctors and clinicians that I know. And I always take, for example, when some of my relatives call and ask me about some neurosurgery case, I do call those people and ask them, sir, I'm one of my relatives having this issue. They met with an accident and a bleed has happened. So what should I do? And I find him much oriented and at par with a lot of great neurosurgeons as teachers that I've seen in my life. So I don't know who created like this notion, this difference of ND and DNB between people. And if you can understand, see, the question is not whether you're doing DNB or MD or diploma or whatever it is. The question is like, nobody can be like, if you want to be a general practitioner, if you want to be a general clinician, you can always do it. And if you want an authority in being a general clinician, you can take physician, like you can become MD or DNB general medicine and continue it. See, nobody is telling you to go and take a degree for the sake of the degree. It is always your passion and your interest in the subject that should prevail over your crave for that degree, that specialization. For example, I'll tell you, if you want to be a pathologist, you go and be a pathologist and be an awesome pathologist. And to all those people who are being crushed up in this race, I want to tell you, it do matters where you do your degree from. If it is from AIMS, it is much better than doing it from a periphery hospital, not in terms of the quality of the degree. See, the degree is just still your MD degree or your DNB degree. All that differs from these two places is the refinement you get from these places. See, a person who has studied really hard all his 5 years, who has really had the capacity and is brilliant enough to crack AIMS or PGI or JIPMER or any other national institute or a state college with his first or second try, he deserves to get a better degree that is more polished and more refined. Better in the terms, the refinement and the polished phase in which you get your acumen, you get your experience, you get your decisions much more easier than a person who's doing it from a smaller hospital with limited number of patients. But that doesn't mean that you are also a physician or a surgeon or a pediatrician or a pathologist or whatever it may be. See, you may take the learning curve that you will require to achieve that same level will be a little more difficult for you. That hospital's brand or tag may actually make your things easier to go out and fight in the actual scenario of your career to go up the ladder. But that doesn't mean that you are inferior to a person who's taking a degree from AIMS or PGI in any sort. Okay, actually, if you have the passion, if you have the feeling, and if you have the capacity to work on that subject, Learn that, put all your heart into it, pump up and continue working in it. You will be definitely a better pediatrician who took pediatrics in AIMS without interest. And with interest, you can always catch up. See, you can always have opportunities to catch up. It just takes more time. See, that more time is like, it can't, in present generation, the people that see around me, they always want things to happen very fast. In my life, what I have learned is from all the failures that I have seen in my life, those people who know me personally in this Facebook itself knows how what a failure I was in a lot of things in my life as a career. I'm not saying about just entrance. All throughout my academic life, I've always been a failure, and that failure always gives you energy and the impetus to get success in your life. And what that has taught me is that time is the only constraint. You may take 6 months, 1 year, 2 year or 3 year according to your capacity and go into that entrance, that door. See, that name itself clears it. It is an entrance. It is PG is not your career. That NEET-PG exam is not your career. What lies after that, what you choose and what you choose to do every single day of your life. Waking up from your sleep, you go to hospital. You decide whether you want to go into a class, take anatomy, or into a dissertational teaching anatomy, or you go into a theater doing surgery, or you go into an OP, investigating cases. So that is what, and you have to do it all your life. Every single day you have to wake up and do that in your life. If that doesn't give that rush, that push, that feeling that it is my life, my career, and I'm happy with it, I'm satisfied with it, the quality of time, the quantity of work that I have, the people around me, the interest of the subject, all these things will actually effect on the quality you have in your life and the quality you can give to the people around you. In one of my videos in my channel, I've told that after all that matters, an anatomist, one of the best anatomists in the world, if you can be, and one of the best CBTS surgeon you can be, all that differs is whether you'll be having a Honda City car or at the end of 5 years, and the CBTS guy may have a BMW at the end of 5 years. But after all, it is just the satisfaction, that quality of your personal feeling that you get that matters at the end of the day. So I don't want to prolong this, but at the end note, I want to tell all those people, all those medicos and aspirants out there, do not fall a prey to the artificially created race around you. In this context, I want to tell you a small example. I know most of you guys in my wall and my Facebook page knows that I'm a guy who's doing a residency in JIPMA, and my rank was 34. And I took up radiation oncology in JIPMA. When I took radiation oncology and went back to my home and to my people to tell that, okay, I've taken this subject in this particular college, do you know what is the most common question I faced? It is not the appreciation that, okay, Benson, you got it in JIPMA, okay, congratulations. The question that I faced the most was, why radiation oncology, Benson? There's medicine, surgery, orthopedics. Why didn't you you're so tall, you have long hands, why didn't you take surgery? Why didn't you take orthopedics? No, radiation oncology, it's a risky subject, See, the career is a problem, job safety will not be there. So these are the questions that I faced maximum when I took up this subject. That's why I want to tell you guys, see, why should you listen to them? Who gave them the quality? Who gave them the authority? Actually, this majority of people are laymen who doesn't even know what the subject is, the people or the scenario inside this. And even more hurting, if this hurt me on a scale of 10, 5, what more hurt me and what more got me confused was the questions asked by actual medicos, actual seniors, actual people around me saying that, Benson, job security is a big issue, Benson. Why didn't you take this subject? Radiation oncology, you could have gone for surgery. Why? See, I don't have the interest of surgery. I don't want to spend every single day of my life waking up, going into an OT, standing there and doing surgery all throughout my life. There are people who feel rushed and excited doing that. Let them do it. Let them become a surgeon. Why should I go and take surgery? See, that's why I'm telling you, every single guy, every single doctor, you have a passion, you have a calling, you have an interest for a subject. Let it be physiatry, let it be psychiatry, let it be anatomy, or let it be transfusion medicine, or whatever it is. Radiation oncology, you identify that subject, take it up, love with your passion and do it. So to identify and take it up, this entrance is just a gateway, a small box through which you have to cross over an entire valley. It's not like I'm trying to bring in some lame examples, but all those diagrams, all those pictures that you see in your Facebook poll saying that there is a valley after a hill, it is there. This just cross this and go on the other side and feel proud about you. Do the subject. The learning curve may be difficult. You put all your heart, all your energy into studying for 1 long year or 2 long years, and you got a rank that brings into question whether you want to be a DNB pediatrician or an MD pediatrician, a DNB physician or an MD physician. What differs is your interest. If you feel that I have done my maximum trying for this NEET-PG or for DNB, and now I want to go and do a subject that I love, go take go take DNB, general medicine or pediatrics, become a pediatrician, become a physician, then work on it. The learning curve might be difficult to take a DNB from a small hospital, but I am telling you, if you are taking DNB from one of the top-notch hospitals in the whole country, you are much better than any other person who's taking MD from another smaller hospital. An MD degree doesn't de facto give superiority of any guy or any doctor over a person who's having DNB. They have to have the quality, they have to have that knowledge, that metal inside them, the passion for the subject, the clinical acumen, everything, that sum total of his personal patient care capacity is what makes him superior, not his degree. That degree may give him a brand, and the brand it's always like a failed launch of a branded company. For example, any company can launch any branded product in India and go and fail in the market, right? But a very startup company that is having a very innovative product and very out of the way product with them, that product may kick up, it will go up, and that become the best. See, that is what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter from where you take your degree and what degree you have. All that matters is whether you love the degree, you love the subject, you love the work you do, and you are able to give better patient care and better commitment to the society and give back to the society in a better way. If all these things happens, then I think the learning curve and the time that you may take will be a little longer, but at the end of 5 years, 10 years, if God Almighty gives you the strength and the life, longevity to be there, I think you will be a better satisfied person, a better successful person in your personal introspection at the end of 10 years or 5 years. That is what you want, guys. Don't get depressed. Don't take drugs. First thing, don't go and take, all these things. I have a lot of, I don't want to say all, but then please understand, see, don't end up in all these things, suicide, depression, feeling, getting disconnected, unhappy in life, and everything around you, it gets affected. Your family, your people, your loved ones, your teachers, your friends, and when you become negative, all these people become negative, and that kills the fun of it, being in life and living it. I'm not trying to be a philosopher, but then the core fact that every single day that I face and I see my patients in my OPD is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you are a king or whether you are a person on the street. All that matters is whether you are doing it happily, whether you are able to sleep peacefully on this day and wake up into the next day happy as a person, as an individual. Then you are the richest person, the most satisfied and the most happy person in the whole life. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker, but I really felt that I should share what I felt on this matter to everyone, and I'm posting this in my FB wall. I may feel a little, gone overboard of many of my statements, but every coin has another side. There may be some difficulties, but then this is the positive side. Try to identify and to every single coaching institute and every single mentor and every single teacher who's telling a student that this particular degree is not good for you. Don't take a non-clinical, don't take a paraclinical, don't take this, don't take that. No, just please don't listen to them. Just listen to your heart and ask what you love in it. What is the subject you want? What do you feel that you want to do every single day in your life? Then I guess you will be a successful person than the other person 10 years down the line. And success is always a relative term that we define ourselves at the end of a long journey. See, so you can't take a person's life's very small or brief point of time and say whether that person is a success or a failure in his own terms. So you let us see the grand journey, just travel it. Don't end it abruptly. Don't go out of your track and end up in a dead end of your life abruptly and prematurely. Okay? I think this is, I got a little rattled up and I got a little, stressed up, but then is an earnest, advice to every single junior and every single person who's out there who's trying to do this and achieve. And I've seen the failure, 28,000, and from there coming here and doing this. And I feel that I have the liability to tell what I felt at that point and what I achieved and what I feel now today. I've not gone into my career long. I've just come inside this, but then I know this is the most crucial time that all of you guys requires, a pull and a push to go through this. And if it helped you, all the seniors, if I've gone everything overboard, just forgive me. I just wanted to tell the juniors that is what I felt. Okay, thank you.